CTV News at 5 with Marina Moore and Tony Rima with weather.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us. A groundbreaking in northwestern Ontario has signaled new resource development at the Ring of Fire. Premier Doug Ford visited Webequie today to kick off construction on a 107-kilometer supply road. It's part of a $40 million deal between the province and the First Nation that includes an airport terminal rebuild, construction equipment to build the road, and a new community center and arena. The road is expected to be complete by 2030. Martin Falls First Nation is also seeing development with road construction there expected to start this August. These are the first of several proposed roads to support the development and mining of the Ring of Fire, which the province says will create more than 70,000 jobs. Time now for our first check on weather, and rain has settled back into our region. For more details on how long it'll last, we go to CTV's Tony Rima.
Thanks for that, Marina, and good evening, everyone. Your first weather brought to you by CAA. Get your membership by going to getcaa.ca. Depending upon where you live, it's raining right now in through Sudbury, along with Wawa, getting dark in through Batchewana Bay, north of Sault Ste. Marie. You can see this band of activity, and overnight, midnight, it's starting to clear up just a little bit, but the showers are going to linger throughout Friday, Saturday. Sunday at this point looks pretty good, but after that, well, it's going to be unsettled once again. Temperatures also going to spike. More weather details a little later in the show. Marina.
Thank you, Tony. Now to some sobering new numbers today about wait times in Canadian emergency departments. A report from the Canadian Institute for Health Information found that 1 in 10 Canadians who visited an ER, that's more than 1.5 million patients, had an experience that lasted over 14 hours. Of those who were admitted, 10%, or roughly 180,000 people, spent more than 48 hours in the emergency department waiting for an inpatient bed. North sees roughly 75,000 patients in its emergency department each year. The hospital providing a statement today saying, in part, over the past year, we reduced our 90th percentile time to inpatient bed from 43 hours to 32 hours for patients requiring admission, while also improving wait times for many patients who receive treatment and are discharged home. The Canadian Institute of Health Information says there are several factors leading to these numbers.
Some of that's due to people with more chronic illnesses like diabetes or high blood pressure. And we also know that some patients really struggle to find a family doctor or a nurse practitioner. Or if they have one, sometimes they struggle to find a timely appointment. So they think that, the emergency department is really their only choice.
The report found that limited availability of acute care combined with challenges accessing home care and long-term care are contributing to overcrowding in emergency departments. Months after spring flooding raged through parts of northeastern Ontario, one Greater Sudbury family is still picking up the pieces, saying multiple levels of government have failed to help local homeowners recover. More from CTV's Amanda Hicks.
It's been 2 months since Simon Lake flooded Rob Papin's home of 26 years. While the water has receded, the recovery has barely begun.
I would like my normal back, and this is not normal.
Like many residents, Papin didn't have overland flooding insurance, leaving him with few options other than government support. Papin says he feels let down by the municipality and the province.
From the province, I want them to activate this area for the Disaster Relief Assistance for Ontarians program. That's number one, because that makes a bunch of money available to us to be able to help us recover. As far as the city goes, I would just have liked, it's a little bit late, but it would have been nice if they had offered a little bit more assistance to people in the remote areas, in the outlying areas.
The city of Greater Sudbury says it offered a waste removal program so uninsured residents could bring materials to the landfill for free. But Papin says that didn't work for them because they had to haul debris from Naughton to the main dump in Sudbury. The city says they've done what they can at the municipal level and are now waiting for the province to step in.
This was the best program we felt we could offer for those in particular who weren't insured and are really bearing the cost of this. And and then again advocating strongly and contributing all the information that the province needs to open up their program as well.
But so far, there is no exact timeline on when that could happen. In a statement to CTV News, the Ministry of Municipal Affairs and Housing said a team was deployed on May 25th to the 26th to assess the damage, saying in part, the province is finalizing an assessment of the flooding. Once finalized, the Disaster Recovery Assistance Program may be activated in areas where there is costly and widespread damage. Meantime, Papen's family and friends have stepped up to offer support. His in-laws are here from the United States and are helping rebuild.
Family is important, and we should support each other, regardless what's happening.
When you're not in your home, you feel quite displaced and you feel like you need to get back. So that's what we're trying to do.
Amanda Hicks, CTV News, Sudbury.
We're learning more about how the dismantling of the super stack in Sudbury is going. Valley Base Metals releasing these images over social media. Officials say they've successfully removed 53 feet of the iconic structure. The current height now sits at 1,088 feet. It's still the second highest freestanding structure in Canada, but only by about 1.5 meters. Coming up on CTV News at 5, Tony has your full weather forecast. But for now, let's take a live look at the super stack in Sudbury. And you can see another point of view of the work being done here, and also some gray and misty conditions. Stay with us.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
Welcome back. Now your main weather, and again we're going to start with our forecast radar. I referenced Wawa. There's a tower cam there, and you can see the rain already happening in through also Pancake Bay north of Sault Ste. Marie. Shower activity, slightly raining in through Sudbury at this hour, and tomorrow afternoon you see pockets of activity, so the showers off and on throughout the day, and then we start to get some clearing. Saturday, well, it looks pretty good, but don't be deceived. Things are going to become a little bit more unsettled later on in the day, and Sunday looks good at this point. Let's take a look at your 5-day weather forecast, starting with Sudbury Nickel Belt. Tomorrow, well, there's a risk of thunderstorms in the afternoon and also a chance of rain come Saturday. Sunday looks beautiful, 27 degrees when it should be about 24 degrees this time of year. Gets even warmer on Tuesday, but increasing cloud cover and a risk of thunderstorms. It's going to be a soggy day for the Soo tomorrow. Sun, cloud, and a chance of rain. More precipitation Saturday. On Sunday, well, 25 degrees when it should be 22 as a daytime high. Becomes more unsettled next week. Monday, Tuesday, temperatures improve, but not so much. The conditions for Timmins, Cochrane, and Kapuskasing, sun, cloud, and a risk of thunderstorms. Coming in at 25, the normal high this time of year is 24, so slightly above normal, and the temperature improves on Saturday, but not the conditions so much. Still a wet day in store. Sunday looks beautiful. If you have anything to do, that's the day to do it outside. Monday, Tuesday, unsettled, to say the least. In through Temiskaming Shores and Kirkland Lake, sun, cloud, and a chance of rain. 24 degrees, spot on temperature-wise. Saturday, much the same, a little warmer. It gets even hotter on Sunday. Beautiful sunshine, 27 degrees. Next Monday and Tuesday, not so nice. It's going to be overcast. Temperature is going to be 28 and 29, respectively. And finally, folks, your 5-day weather forecast for North Bay, West Nipissing. Tomorrow, well, sun, cloud, and guess what? Showers and a risk of thunderstorm. Slightly below normal. Should be 24, coming in at 23. Then the temperature starts to rise. Take a look at Saturday, 25. Even warmer on Sunday. That's the best day to do anything outside because it's going to be sunny. And then Monday, Tuesday, unsettled conditions. I'll have more weather details at 6 o'clock. Marina, right now it's back over to you.
Thanks for that, Tony. Construction on a busy street in North Bay is about to begin as the city looks to replace an intersection with a roundabout. But as CTV's Eric Tashner reports, some living near the site are worried about traffic headaches.
This section of Trout Lake Road is about to get a makeover, and drivers say it's about time.
Well, the potholes are well overdue to be fixed.
It's been a disaster with those wheel ruts. and it's hard driving, and I have a very big, quite sized vehicle.
But there are still concerns about how the upcoming reconstruction and revitalization project will impact traffic on the street.
More problems than what they're looking at right now, especially with all the transports coming from, up 63 highway and that.
Approved by council last month, the nearly $6 million road project includes roadway reconstruction, a multi-use path, concrete sidewalk, and a roundabout which will replace the lights at the Laurentian Avenue and Trout Lake Road intersection. It's the first phase of fixing up the busy street.
It's been on the books for a while, but I mean, last maybe 5 years or something, we've been making applications to MTO for the funding, and last year we got the funding.
The city says initial work starting Monday will focus on preparing the site. Then a week later, traffic measure controls will be in place with the street reduced to one lane in each direction.
Congestion, coming from the mall, coming from here. I know, it's just going to be a mess.
I'm looking forward to this project. I'm just a little worried about getting out. Apparently they're going to take us to Bank Street. Might be very congested.
Access into the mall will remain open. Once this section of Trout Lake Road is done, the city will move into the second phase of the street reconstruction.
It'll be a brand new Trout Lake Road all the way from the highway to Drew, and that Drew is where the overpass is there, and it's pretty good. We did that a few years ago.
The city says work is expected to be complete by the end of this year's construction season. Eric Tashner, CTV News, North Bay.
Coming up on CTV News at 5, students create benches for seniors in Sudbury. Plus, walking for a cause. Canadians look to raise awareness for post-traumatic stress disorder this weekend. Staffing challenges and recruitment were hot topics at the Timmins Police Board meeting today. CTV's Lydia Chubak has the latest.
At a Timmins Police Services Board meeting, Deputy Chief Darren Donnell said 2 special constables have recently resigned, one after returning from retirement to serve for another year, and another who has decided to pursue other opportunities.
We actually have 3 other special constables that are undergoing their training now. They should be completing their initial training and going into the workforce and doing the jobs that are expected. So 3 of them should be completing that anytime soon.
Donnell said the service's records and dispatch departments are fully staffed, but recruiting sworn officers continues to be the biggest hurdle. The service is authorized for 96 officers, but currently has about 81, with approximately 10 on leave. Police are also looking at additional ways to attract officers to Timmins, including recruitment campaigns and existing referral incentives. Donnell also addressed growing concerns about off-road vehicles being driven on city streets.
It's against the law. It's been broadcast out there in the media. People have been pulled over, stopped, and given the necessary offense notices for these things. Plain and simple, it's not allowed, and our officers are going to go out there to conduct the enforcement that's required.
Donnell warns offenders could face fines, license suspensions, or even vehicle impoundments. Lydia Chubak, CTV News, Timmins.
This Saturday is National Post-Traumatic Stress Disorder Day, a day to raise awareness and reduce stigma. In Sudbury, there will be a walk involving first responders and veterans, and everyone's welcome to take part. CTV's Alana Everson reports.
Sergeant Cameron Kidder is the lead coordinator for the Greater Sudbury Police for the PTSD walk this year. The service says the disorder affects first responders at twice the rate of any other profession.
Calls that you're dealing with, the reports that you're reviewing, the people that you're dealing with, sometimes there's quite traumatic occurrences, and they're very sad occurrences at times too. They're life-shattering for members of the community that are involved with those incidents directly, and you don't know the toll that it takes.
Veterans will take part in the walk, many who are members of the Veterans Peer Support Network.
It's nice to know you can have comfort. You're in a non-judgmental atmosphere where you can open up and talk to people that they're not going to judge you. They're going to be supportive.
Organizers of the walk say there is not an official theme, but it's about togetherness and opening up dialogue about PTSD because issues related to it can feel isolating.
And when you're in isolation, bad things generally happen. So I think the important thing is breaking down the stigma, breaking down those barriers, taking the time to let people know how you're feeling and what you're dealing with.
There's a trigger or something that's causing bad memories to come forward. We're seeing a lot of people, they close the blinds, lock the doors, and live in the dark.
Members of the public can take part in the walk for a registration fee of $10, supporting Wounded Warriors Canada and their mental health programs for trauma-exposed professionals and families. Alana Everson, CTV News, Sudbury.
Canada's FIFA fever will continue this weekend, so be sure to wear your red and white. Team Canada is set to play South Africa Sunday in Los Angeles. This will be Canada's first ever elimination round game. You can cheer on the boys on TSN and Crave starting at 3 p.m. Tomorrow, however, it will be Senegal versus Iraq, finishing off group play. That game will be live at 4 p.m. right here on CTV. That means our 5 o'clock broadcast will be preempted, but you can tune in to CTV News at 6 right after the game for all of your local news. When we return, your weekly dose of Tech Talk. You're watching First at 5.
This month, the federal government introduced Bill C-34, the Safe Social Media Act. It proposes sweeping regulations for major social media and AI chatbot services. To tell us more, let's bring in Melissa Jakomick, technology and change strategist. She joins us now from Sault Ste. Marie. Hi there, Melissa.
Hi, Tony.
So tell us more about Bill C-34 and what is the headline for parents in Northern Ontario?
Sure. So Bill C-34, it's still a bill. It's not an actual law yet. It's called the Safe Social Media Act. Some people are referring to it as the social media ban. It came out on June 10th, introduced in Parliament. But there's lots to do before it actually becomes a law. And what it does is it proposes a ban on social media accounts for those who are under 16 years old. It's really part of Canada's effort to, I'd say, improve online safety for young people.
Melissa, I know other countries have laws in place. Others are proposing bills. What are the biggest challenges with actually enforcing a ban like this?
Yeah, so there's challenges with enforcement and specifically with the age verification. So if you think about it, platforms would need to determine if someone is under 16 years old, if that's the age that they do. So there's a few different ways to do this. They could do it through facial age estimation tools. There's technology out there that could do that. It's not perfect, but that's one of the options. And another way is ID verification. So that one would be where everyone who uses the platforms would need to do something like upload their ID. And that in itself could raise privacy concerns. So everyone inputting their ID into a system, their ID then would need to be stored somewhere, right? And IDs are personal information that we don't want bad people to get a hold of. So there's a little bit of risk there and a lot to figure out if they do go through the route of ID verification, for example.
Melissa, finally, what practical steps can parents take right now to keep their kids safe online?
Yeah, that's the question of the day. So I'd say don't wait for legislation. And my advice would be just common sense things, but because parents are so busy, sometimes we get complacent, right? So I'd say ongoing conversations with kids, even telling them stories about some of the bad things that happen online, so it doesn't seem so much as a lecture, it's just like storytelling, right? So they hear some of the things that they have to watch out for. In terms of technology, using the parental controls that are available is always okay. And again, trying to keep devices out of bedrooms, have them use devices out in the open.
Melissa, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it.
Thank you, Tony.
Melissa Jakomick was our guest. By the way, to see more of our Tech Talk segments, head to our website, ctvnewsnorthernontario.ca.
Our first community close-up comes to us from Greater Sudbury and a special project from students to seniors. Students from RLBD Public School and Llewellyn Park Secondary School work together to craft custom benches for Extendicare Countryside. The initiative began from a Community Connect learning project that paired kindergarten students with residents of the local seniors complex, linking classroom learning with meaningful community engagement. Well done. Next, we're off to the community of Britt, where Gurley Roy is connecting with nature. It looks like he's made a couple of new friends. As you can see, a duck snacking away on some seeds, and also a beaver curiously swimming by in a pond, checking out some tasty branches and wondering, what else might be up for grabs. How sweet. And finally, Linda Couture in Sudbury says her flowers are blooming beautifully with all of the rain lately. And I'm loving all of the shades of purple here. Your lilacs and irises. What a lovely view, and my favorite color. And if you have any pictures, videos, or events you'd like us to showcase, email them to us at communitycloseup@bellmedia.ca. Please include your name, location, and a short description. Creative individuals in Sault Ste. Marie now have a space that supports their growth and celebrates their work. The Sault Film Fest is opening a new cinema and event space to host film screenings, networking events, socials, and fundraisers. The festival board has begun booking the space for the summer and plans to show it off at an open house event tomorrow evening at 7. The first event is the Film Festival's summer camp, which added a second week to deal with a high demand.
We've been working with a lot of great folks in the community over the years in theater and in art world and in film, and we just kind of want to expand on that and give folks the opportunity to use the space as well for their different projects if they need it, or open pop-up shops or screen movies, or bring things to the Sault that we might not be able to have, for example.
And festival organizers say the local film industry is growing and that this new space can only help it on that path. And there's more news for the North coming up at 6. For now, continue watching as we hand things over to CTV National News.